With DC Digital, and today I'm demonstrating a DC-10 TZ-3, and I'm calling it military grade because the US Air Force has contracted us to manufacture this specific time zone clock, and it is to fit into one of the aircraft and to be able to be mounted on the bulkhead of the aircraft and be seen within 50 feet. Also, the has specific parameters that they wanted us to meet, and I'll go over those later, but just kind of go through the functionality of it. Right now it's running off of 18 to 32 volts, and I think we've got it on, we're just sitting at 27 volts. It's what the plane powers, is I guess the main power for the plane. But I wanted to show you the functionality of it, so go through it here. So we have 12, 24. Now these are environmentally sealed push buttons, so they're all sealed. This is all aluminum enclosure, 1-inch high displays, and then it has these mounting holes or mounting procedure that you use to mount it, so you don't have to take it apart and mount it. All Teflon coated wiring, and then they wanted us to meet the specification of this connector, the 2-pin connector for power. It is battery backed up. There is a backup battery panel which takes 2 AA's to power it once the power is off. Wanted to show you the push button situation. So we have 12, 24 hours, so you just push it once to change it from 12 to 24, and this is an AM already. This one's considered the master, so they all synchronize off it. So we have an hours and seconds push button for that. So just pushing that. Now the other ones will not synchronize to the hours on that, obviously. And then the minutes, they all synchronize off that. Now it kind of changes when you go to a secondary, so all you have is a 1 push button for hours, and also what we have is a 15-minute offset, which is what we normally put on. So I'll just demonstrate that. So if you wanted 15 minutes offset from the master, you just hold down the push button. You see as it's going through the 15 minutes. So I'll just stop at okay 05 there, and back that they're all even on the same minute. Go ahead and push it just for the hours. The same goes for this zone. And then also there's a bright dim, so they wanted a dimming feature so when they're flying at night it does not interrupt the pilots or crew so they can read the instrument panels or what other equipment they're trying to pay attention to. So the power is brought out of the back, and so anyway, some of the specifications they asked us to meet, the big one was the EMI output of the unit. Another mentionable item inside is that you can't see is they're separated. Each clock is separated by a panel, an aluminum panel, which gives it more protection from the EMI emissions. But some of the things that they requested was that the aluminum not be cadmium or molybdenum or chromium plated. It's black powder coated. It's not. It's IAW manufacturer specifications, but the EMI testing was done as they give these specific testing codes of CE102, RE102, CS101, CS114, CS115, CS116, and then the cables and power leads, 10 kilohertz to 100 megahertz, RS103 radiation, electrical field 2 megahertz to 18 gig, and then explosive atmospheric testing, IAW MIL-STD-461F procedure 1, altitude of 35,000 feet at and 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Rapid meets rapid decompression testing, IAW MIL-SPEC 810H, method 500.6. There are some other tests that they require, or other components, the no PVC component. This meets flammability requirements, IAW FAR 25.853, and then also it is RoHS compliant and REACH compliant, and as mentioned earlier, no PVC in the unit at all. So that's about it. Just wanted to also mention that we are thankful for all the veterans out there and also the military, and we here at DC Digital appreciate all your service that you do for our country and your sacrifices made. This is Jim with DC Digital, and this is a DC-10TZ-3, and I'm calling it military grade. Thank you.